Walking on the bus, boo. In the hotel, boo. About to watch film, boo. It's all the time. Wes probably does it the most. He thinks it's the funniest.
Maybe it means something to him, just some form of support. So I'm still gonna be booing the hell out of him.
Grayson Allen thrives on getting booed. Feed him the booze, feed him the threes, back-to-back games with playoff career highs. The Bucks went to Chicago ready to respond after some shaky performances in games 1 and 2. With the series split and the adversity of losing Chris Middleton, there was absolutely no flinch. The Bucks delivered the Bulls their largest playoff loss in franchise history Friday, turned in another dominant performance at United Center this afternoon. We head out to Chicago. The Bucks entered the day with a 2-1 series lead. Grayson Allen hit 5 threes on Friday. He was feeling it again. That is his 4th of the game. He was up to 16 points. Bucks putting some distance on the board before halftime. Giannis hits Drew Holiday in the corner. That triple's good for a 15-point lead. The Bucks heading into the break feeling good. Keep it up early in the third. They built up a 22-point lead. Giannis with the spin cycle, making those defenders dizzy. But the Bulls start to cut into that lead. 17-3 run from Chicago. DeMar DeRozan hits the jumper to put it back to single digits. But how do the Bucks respond? They respond with an 11-0 run dominated by Giannis. It's Grayson Allen for another 3, who hit 6 of 7 triples. Then Giannis drives in for the one-handed slam as the Bucks keep control through the 4th quarter. They win this one 119-95. Giannis finished with a game-high 32 points and 17 rebounds, while Holiday added 26. Allen, though, again, the story off the bench, a new playoff career high with 27 points, first in franchise history with at least 5 threes in consecutive playoff games. He was asked about the booing and if it indeed fuels him during games.
I am having fun with it, I guess you could say.
We'll see if the Milwaukee crowd boos him on Wednesday to get him going. All right, let's check in on the Miami Heat-Atlanta Hawks series. Heat lead at 2-1. Hawks guard Trae Young. A bit of a tough series. Hits the 3 right there, though. He only had 9, but just before half, Jimmy Butler gets the layup. Miami up 14 going into the half. 3rd quarter winding down. Butler gets it over to Max Strus for 3. The Heat lead by 19 points, and Butler had a big game. Drives the lane. Drops in the reverse lane, plus the foul. He had 36 points as the Heat win 110-86, taking a 3-1 lead on the Hawks. Well, just ahead for us tonight on the Sports Edge, I'll be joined by the Athletic's Matt Schneidman. We will chat all things NFL Draft. The first round begins on Thursday. What position he thinks the Packers might go with for their first 2 picks. That's coming up next. It is officially NFL Draft Week. It all begins on Thursday. The Packers have 11 picks and 2 in the first round. We're bringing in the expert to help us break this all down. I'm joined by Packers beat reporter Matt Schneidman of The Athletic. Matt, no Devontae Adams, no MVS. The need seems to be apparent. The Packers need some receivers to add to that room. It's been 20 years since the Packers have drafted a receiver in the first round. Does it finally happen on Thursday?
It should, and it seems like it will, which means it probably won't. You know, this class is pretty deep at wide receiver, so they can afford to wait till round 2, round 3, maybe to get some more value. The top 4 in this class, Garrett Wilson and Chris Olave from Ohio State, Drake London from USC, Jameson Williams from Alabama. I'm not so sure any of them are still going to be available at 22, and I don't know if Brian Gutekunst is going to trade up for a wide receiver. So we'll see if they take one round 1. Depends on how the board falls, but I could see them waiting till day 2, day 3 for some more value.
You bring up a good point. The Packers could very well trade up and get one of those top coveted receivers. If they do that, what do they have to give up, and is it worth it?
You know, it depends on how far they have to move up. You know, Garrett Wilson is projected probably as the first receiver to go off the board. He could go as high as pick 8 to the Falcons, pick 10 to the Jets is where he's been forecasted a lot. If they have to get up to pick 14, they'd probably have to give up a 2nd-round pick in addition to number 22 or 28. It would cost premium draft capital. It's expensive to move up in the first round. The Packers know that since they've done it under Brian Gutekunst before, primarily to get Jair Alexander in 2018. That's their most notable one. Would they do it for a wide receiver? I don't know.
Say the Packers don't end up taking a wide receiver with their first pick. What does your gut tell you about who the Packers would take? We know they like defensive guys in the first round typically.
Yeah, I think they might just go best player available at 22. Devontae Wyatt, the defensive lineman from Georgia, is someone who I really like. Jordan Davis, another defensive lineman from Georgia. Don't sleep on offensive tackle. We know the Green Bay Packers and Brian Gutekunst love their offensive linemen. Yes, it may not seem like a pressing need, but Elton Jenkins, who could be your starting right tackle, will likely miss the first half of the season. You need someone to protect Aaron Rodgers' strong side. Josh Nijman has not yet proven he can play right tackle. Don't be surprised if they look for an offensive tackle in the first round.
All right, we like the bold take, and now it's time to play this little game. We're just going to call it yay or nay. Matt, I'm going to say something about the upcoming draft, and you're just going to hold this up and give me a yay or nay. So we touched on some of these, but rapid fire, let's start out. The Packers draft a wide receiver in the first round, not just the first pick, but in the first round. Nay. Okay,
nay.
He says nay. Let's go. The Packers trade up in the draft to get an impact win-now player, maybe someone like Chris Olave.
I'll go nay.
Okay.
I think they stay put in the first round and don't trade up.
Here's a wild one for you. The Packers trade for DK Metcalf or Deebo Samuel. Nay, not going to happen.
People can dream. It would cost too much.
Brian Gutekunst has something up his sleeve that absolutely nobody can predict.
I'm going to go yay. We saw Mark Murphy tell Larry McCarron at the owners' meetings, this draft is going to be interesting. I like a little spice on my draft night, so I'm going to will it into existence.
Hopefully not too much spice, though, right? Just the right amount.
Yeah,
Matt
exactly.
Schneidman of The Athletic, thank you for your insight and for your time. You can catch full NFL draft coverage throughout the week right here on Fox 11. We'll hear from GM Brian Gutekunst ahead of it. That comes up Monday. We'll have live coverage from Lambeau starting Thursday at 5 p.m. for the first round of the draft, continuing through Friday for the second and third rounds. Draft then finishes up on Saturday with rounds 4 through 7, and we will wrap it up next Sunday with our Inside the Huddle draft special at 10 p.m. We'll be right back. The Brewers were in the Sunday Night Baseball spotlight in Philly tonight. After raising some eyebrows early in the season, the rotation is starting to look as expected. And as the crew look to take the series, we got a good old-fashioned pitcher's duel at Citizens Bank Park. Eric Lauer on the bump. He would hit a career high in strikeouts, fanning 13 batters across 6 innings. He gave up 5 hits and no runs. But on the other side, Aaron Nola also lights out. The two combined for 22 Ks on the day. Neither offense could get going, but the Brewers would get just enough. Top of the 9th, Christian Yelich at the dish. Jace Peterson on third. Yelly flies it out to left field, and that will be good for a sac fly as Peterson tags up. It's 1-0 Brewers. Josh Hader would close out the game despite a maybe questionable called strike that left Kyle Schwarber very, very unhappy. And you know, it was a questionable called strike. Andrew McCutcheon's like, yeah, I don't know about that one, but hey, the Brewers, they take the series. Final score in this one, 1-0. Timber Rattlers off to their best start through 15 games in team history, looking for 6 wins in a row, taking on Quad Cities. Ugly day on the mound, though. First inning, 1-0 Quad Cities when Luca Tresh cranks out a solo home run off Justin Jarvis. He would give up 5 runs across 2 innings. T-Rats pitchers let up 5 home runs on the day. It was up to 12-0 in the 6th inning. That's when the T-Rats' lone run would come. It's Ethan Murray ripping an RBI double down the left field line to bring home 1, but the T-Rats fall in the finale 18-1. They did take 5 of 6 games, though. Good stuff right there. The Green Bay Blizzard, coming off last Saturday's come-from-behind win, their first of the season, hosting the Vegas Nighthawks today. First 3 drives were all scoring touchdowns. Quarterback Jake Sheehan takes a big hit, but in with the 11-yard run to make it 7-0. Then an onside kick got the ball right back, and Sheehan lets it fly on this one. Steven Newbold wide open for the TD. The Blizzard rolling. A few forced defensive turnovers, 20-zip. Now check this. Sheehan finds Keshawn Taylor. Some serious concentration also from our camera guy. Good stuff, Cody. That makes it 2 straight for Green Bay, going on to win 34-25. The Blizzard will look to make a 3-game win streak next week as they play Saturday at Quad City. Coming up next on The Edge, NASCAR has another very close finish. We have highlights as we wrap things up next. We head to Bama at the Talladega Superspeedway for the Geico 500. Lap 90 off a restart. Joey Logano gets a push from Bubba Wallace. That would turn into a huge crash involving 8 other cars. Final lap at Talladega. Eric Jones in the lead. He goes high to block Kyle Larson. Kurt Busch hits Bubba Wallace, and they would wreck, among others. In the meantime, Ross Chastain charges to the front to win at Talladega, picking up his 2nd career win. Crazy finish once again. And hey, we're about to have a crazy week here in Wisconsin. The NFL draft begins on Thursday. First, we'll hear from Packers GM Brian Gutekunst tomorrow. And of course, we've got Bucks Bulls Game 5 on Wednesday. Can the Bucks clinch on their home court? We'll see. Thanks for watching.